And we're back with the episode number 10. We made it. 10 episodes. Can you imagine that? I couldn't imagine that. I was expecting, when I started this, I was gonna record much faster, much more, but I realized it when I don't have actually like a proper, put everything into schedule, I tend to fall down into it, and the thing what I wanted to speak about, which is basically like either if you do this or if you do a workout, if everything what you do, it's selling yourself short, like you put into your mind that you can achieve something, yeah, and for sure you can achieve it, I'm 100% sure about that. 1 second, I need to make sure if I'm actually recording. Yes, I'm actually recording. Okay, so what I actually want to say is the fact that if you don't plan it, if you don't take actually the time, put it into your schedule, when you're gonna do it, how long you're gonna take it, what you're gonna do, it will not gonna work. It's not like my training. I was still training. I was still training constantly, and I had things when I said, okay, cool, now I'm gonna just record my workouts and I'm gonna do this, and I end up, like not having, like either the microphone with me, or I'm having the microphone, I don't have the tripod. I have the tripod, I don't have the camera with me. I'm having everything, and one of them is not charged. So it's basically down to like preparation, like if you don't prepare for it, you just can't. You can't be committed to it, and you can't really progress into it. It's the same as the workouts, and being into a fitness journey. If you don't prepare, if you don't make the meal plans, if you don't make the meals what you're gonna have, on the macros what you're gonna have one day before, you're not gonna actually go into the right direction. And it's same like if you don't put actually the time, it is before work or after work when you're gonna train, it's a very, very high probability for you to skip that session, or to train around it, or to don't actually train to your needs or to your progress. So it's very, very important. I rely a lot into this like consistency, but preparation, because if not, you're gonna just sell yourself short. And selling short, like when you start getting into like selling short, you're gonna just look for different ways of not committing to the hard work. This is what I wanted to speak about it, like not committing to a hard work. And I see like some of my clients, like the fact that they decided, like if they had a bad day in eating, or they didn't train properly, they end up, like skipping a meal, or like skipping something, which is not actually the right idea, like, or doing extra cardio, which is not actually the brilliant idea. It's more about you staying in track and being consistent with it as good as you can, rather than just going ups and downs with everything. Because by just doing that, your body, your body's, probably I'm gonna repeat that 100 times, but your body is generally like a dog. If you don't constantly do it, if you don't build that consistency into it, if you don't build that hours what you're gonna do certain things, your body is gonna be very chaotic, and you're not gonna know what to expect. Same like food wise. The reason it takes a while, and I can give you now like a keto diet, as a best example. The reason it takes you few days till you go in ketosis is the fact that your body needs to adapt to what you give to him, till he actually understands that, oh well, I'm running on fats and proteins, and I don't run on carbs, so I can actually start using fats as an energy instead of carbs, because I don't get the carbs, if it makes sense. So that's kind of like the way it takes it, and it needs time to adaptation. And if you don't give it this time, your body will not gonna know what you're gonna do, what to expect. If you eat like a very heavy meal and a big one, and after you don't really eat nothing, or you just binge, the reason you're still gonna be like, oh well, but I didn't eat a lot, I ate under my macros, I ate other everything. but I'm still gaining fat. I'm still getting body fat percentage. It's just to the fact that he'll gonna just hold into things, because it's having a very big uncertainty, like how much food you're gonna give to him. And it's gonna be, as I said, like a dog. If you teach your dog, give him food twice a day, in the morning or in the evening, whatever. I don't have a dog, but I'll assume that's probably how you give a dog food. He'll get used to it, like when you're gonna give him food, and he'll gonna eat just that portion what he has, and he won't really like get either more greedy or like want really ask for more. But if you give him now and then food, like he will gonna just like eat everything, he can't probably get sick till the point to eat, because he doesn't know when we're gonna get something else. And it's same, I taking him out, like most of the time, he used to eat at 7 o'clock to take him out. This is how he's gonna be like all the time. If it's like half past 7, he's gonna probably start, crying and scratching the door, because he's expecting you to take him out, like it's exactly the same with the body and training wise and meal plans and everything. Is just to the fact that your body doesn't really have, you are the brain, but your body doesn't have a brain. So he doesn't really know what to expect and what you're gonna be. So if you don't teach him in a way, if you don't teach the cells from your body, like to expect and what to do and what I usually comes after, you're gonna just like genuinely play with let me explain it like in a very, playing with like a jelly ball who's trying, like to get compact and solid, and he never gets solid because you hold it on a side and it's I don't know, it's pouring on the other side. It's exactly the same, like you don't give it the chance to get compact into a right way, to starting getting right into the chart, like, and into a chart of losing weight or into a chart of like gaining weight. That's the problem when you are not consistent with it, and the goal and it's not as important as a priority, like being in the top 3 for you. You're gonna fall off the track quite easily, and it's hard, it's quite difficult in anything. I tell you what, for me, it's like probably one of the biggest challenge for me for years is to get consistent with meditation. And it sounds, like you'd feel like, oh, what, it's 10 minutes a day, or I look at some guys who are doing it like 15 minutes twice a day. In your mind you feel like, oh, man, it's nothing, you definitely have that time to do it. I tell you what, I just came on and I'm doing it for a while, and as soon you starting seeing the good sides from it, you're starting to enjoy the good sides from it, you just fall off the track, because you into your mind is starting thinking that it came that snowball effect, that things happen without doing them, which is not true, like, and it's same with the workouts. I had so many clients who just like do so well in the beginning, like when they're like so hyped up and motivated and do so well, and as soon they start seeing results, as soon they start dropping like a consistent amount, and they're like, oh well, I'm actually doing well, they starting falling off, they starting thinking that they had it, this it is, I'm having it, from now it's gonna just happen, even if I cheat, even if I'm not staying on track. And this is when it's actually like the consistency and the discipline play the key and the main point, into your journey. Either it's fitness, either it's money, either it's like whatever it's gonna be. And if you don't look at yourself, and if you don't track everything what you're doing, and if you don't put everything on paper, you can't really look back and have an idea where you change or where you fucked it up, because if you track everything and you have a day when you fucked up, you can see, oh well, here is when I had this meal and I had this meal and I fucked it up, and I've been quite dehydrated, and I've been drinking probably alcohol as well, and you see like it's gonna go down, like, but knowing and being responsible of the problem what you made and you create, it makes you responsible of the actions as well. So you tend to be in future more cautious about it. You tend to be in future when you go out to think twice about it, because you know that point, that meal out, that evening, it affected you into a way, and not in a good way. So next time when you go out, you start thinking twice about it if the goal is important for you. This is what I mean about like selling yourself short. You know, like if your goal is, if you're a woman and you are having as a goal to fit into that size 8, or like I don't know what size of wedding dress, that goal, you know, like supposed to be for you first, to take it on because you really want this, you know, and you really want to see yourself into that dress, to see yourself achieving that body. But by falling off into that period before the wedding, you know, like into like binging and eating, and it means that it's not as important for you. If the goal doesn't wake you up, you know, like, I don't know, like this is sound a bit over the top, but if it doesn't wake you up in the night, if it doesn't put pressure on you, if it doesn't feel, I want to say hard, but I don't think hard, it's because it is hard, you know, everything, it's what we do in life, life is hard either way, you know, if you stay on track with everything, or if you don't stay on track with everything, if you have goals, or if you don't have goals, you know, ups and downs we're gonna be anyway. If it's, you need to see it as something what you went into it and you want to achieve it, doesn't matter what, and knowing that hundreds of other people, thousands of other people achieve it, that means you can too, that it's something what it can be achievable. You know, like if you came with like certain goals, I don't know, like something stupid like flying, or I don't know, something which is like very unrealistic, obviously you won't keep into that, and it won't really be achievable when you look. But when you look at things what thousands of other people achieved it already, like as I said, like everything, it's like fitness related, body transformation related, money making, studying, everything, all those things, they've been achieved before, so that it makes them like, I would say probably easier for you to achieve, because you have already like loads of people who done it, you know, you have already like coaches and people who know how to take you from point A, where you are at this point, yeah, showing you exactly honest where you are, what you're doing, and drawing with you the journey and tracking with you and making sure that you would go from point A, where you are like, I don't know, 250 pounds, or like, I don't know, over 110 kilos, and going into like 70, 80 kilos, what you want to achieve into that body, by tracking everything, going into a journey and making sure you have the right outcome at the end of it, you know, like. And that's the reason I'm as well like pretty confident, you know, usually when I take up new clients, and after I spoke with them and see that they have the right mindset and they want to achieve that, I'm like telling to everybody, look how it is, if you start with me here, and in I don't know how many months, you know, we work together, and you don't achieve, and you stick to everything, I'll give you all the money back. And I'm like so confident into this, because I know that it's working, and I know that if you don't sell yourself short, and if you're actually committed to it, it's impossible to don't work. Either you would have intolerance, what we're gonna find during journey, or like different issues like sleeping, stress, training. But if you're consistent with it, and if you actually have the right mindset to achieve that, it will gonna be for sure an achievement. As it's like, as I said, like you go at someone who's already doing it, who's already done it, and it basically helps you and find the right tools, what they fit for you, the right, making the right schedule, the right. I'm having, you know, like some of the guys who I train, you know, like that deep, that I know like when they have meetings, who they go for dinner, who are their friends, they're in a good circle, what they drink, what they do, everything. So because, I don't know, sounds super weird, but by knowing, even if you had a meeting who affect you mentally and you have a stress level together, and having, someone who is not that, who's with you but he's not involved emotionally to the problems what you see, and see the problem more rationally, it will gonna kind of like help you to guide you and to give you some other options, probably what you don't see them when you are in a stress. So that's the reason I think it's very vital to have an extra pair of eyes. At the end of the day, all this structure, when you see people like self-made, it's not really true, because we rely on other people for feedback. We rely on other, because you don't know if you do well, like that. And this is the best thing, in life. Look at athletes and everything. They know they do well because they achieve certain things. They win that. That's the feedback what they get back. Like they go into a competition and they came back and they're like, oh well, this is the feedback what I get, position, or I win or I lost, and if I lose, why did I do? And it's exactly the same thing with your journey as fitness. You need to get the right feedback, because if you have someone who's telling you, well done, you're doing amazing, but you don't do at the end of it, and you just like enjoy the fact that someone it's patting, like your back, patting your shoulder just to make you feel good. You would feel good through the journey, but at the end of it, when it's done and you don't have the right results what you want, you're gonna be like, oh well, but you tell me that I'm doing good, I'm telling that I'm doing that, but I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. So you won't be really, you'd be satisfied, because probably you're gonna still like be much fitter than you've been before, but you wouldn't be probably that satisfied because you didn't achieve the goal what you put into your mind, knowing that you've done everything what they asked to. But when you have someone who is helping you, yes, supporting you, but it's telling you straightforward, when you make a mistake, when you do something wrong, and it's like, look, that's not gonna work, or like, that's, yeah, you can have an extra meal, whatever, but don't make a habit, don't make, because it happens, like, when I'm having like loads of clients, as I said in the beginning, when they are very, very strict, very like too strict, and I'm telling them like, don't try to be something who you're not from the beginning, because all this, the body to gonna shape around your mind, and the body to gonna shape around your mindset. And if, for example, you are a person who eats twice a day and binge quite a lot, and if you don't really know what you eat, and you have like a sandwich in the morning and a dinner in the evening, and you might have a few glasses of wine, and I'm telling you, we start working together, I design a meal plan for you, and if you think that you can respect that meal plan from day one with everything, you're gonna be a fool. Like, it will not gonna work like this, because we are not really designed to change ourselves, to shapeshift ourselves in our own comfort zone, because it's still a comfort zone. It's very different. Let's say if I design you the workout, I design you the lifestyle, I design you the meal plan, I do everything for you, I keep a track everything for you, and you do it on your own, yeah, and we just keep an eye, and you won't probably be strict for it from the beginning probably as much, or like you're gonna fall to the course. Or if I take you and I put you into a campsite, let's say, and I feed you, you don't have other option, I feed you just with the meal plans, I give you the option to work out, because you're just gonna stay just in that campsite, let's say, and you're gonna work into the campsite as well, and I'm sure like the results will gonna be probably 3 times faster. So stupid, but it's true, because you won't have other options. That would be the only option. But when you are by yourself, you have the option what I gave to you, and the option what you want to follow, and you have distractions. You have girlfriend, or like boyfriends, or like, I don't know, different partners, or like husband, kids, and everything, who are who can distract you from your goal. So you need to make sure, like, all the time when you are in a family and you have all those, when you have like a goal like this, you need to make sure that they support you, they are by your side, they understand what is going to happen to you, and to support you, and don't actually like challenge you, because it can be quite difficult mentally, you know, like, it sounds very stupid, but when you can't have a cake, this is when you want that cake. I know, trust me, on my own experience, like, when you can't have it because you know it won't help you, or understand, like crisps or everything, this is when you want them the most, because it's just like, you know, we're going back to the beginning, to the forbidden fruit, you know, like, you can have all the garden, everything from the garden, but you can't have that, you know, it didn't last too long. And here we are now on earth, you know, it's exactly the same thing with everything. But when you switch your mindset, and it's not about that you can't have it, and you put into your mind that what I'm doing, it's having a bigger purpose, you don't need them. It doesn't appeal nothing to you, and that was the difference between certain preps, you know, like for shows for me as well. Like I think the first one, it was like, I can't have it, you know, I was still binging, and I was like hiding myself from others and eating, thinking that won't affect me if nobody would see, you know, like, such a stupid thing, you know. I was waking up in the night and eat just to don't someone else don't see me. And guess what, when it was the first show and everything, and I went up there, you know, like, and I came back with just like, I don't know, third place or something like that, or like fourth place, doesn't even matter. But the way I looked, I was like, nah, man. I mean, like, I look at those guys and I see like so much you could see in their body, you know, like, we took the genetics out, we took everything out, but you could see the discipline, the mindset, what they had, and I didn't have it, you know, like, and I had to go back home and to rethink again, okay, what do I actually want to do, what do I actually want to achieve, is it genuinely important for me or not, do I genuinely commit into this 100% or not. And guess what, it changed everything, you know, like, the next year, you know, I remember I went over there, I remember, like, the next year, and I just come back after the show, like 3 trophies, medal, everything, you know. It just changed everything, because I changed, you know. I understand that if I truly want something, I truly need to put the work into something, you know. You can't be one step in and one step out without having the consistency for it, you know. You generally, you can't. So this was about what I wanted to chat with you guys, and now I just invite you to watch the workout where I'm gonna train back, where I'm just like forcing it a bit into the back. As I'm gonna train, probably you're gonna see some workouts with legs, quite a lot of workouts with legs this week, as I'm having a surgery this week as well. So I'm gonna just overtrain legs for a period of time, because I know I want to train them after, which is, I know it sounds stupid, but this is the way I want to do it. I want to take the advantage and to just train them and overtrain them for the moments when I can't do it. And I know it's gonna come a moment when I can't do it, as I'm gonna have surgery on both of my legs. So yeah, hope you're gonna enjoy the time, and see you next time. Here we are at a new episode number, I'm gonna tell you probably before that what episode it's gonna be. So today we're gonna do a back, a bit of lateral shoulders, and some arms. So we're probably gonna see around 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 exercises you're gonna see. Depends how I feel, depends how strong I'm feeling today. So I'm gonna start with a lat pull down. Yeah, it's It's almost midnight. Gym is obviously open. I mean, like, gym is obviously empty. Just me. And this is what we needed. 1. Oh. So I'm gonna do 4 sets. Each set I'm gonna go heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. Rest 30 seconds, you know, 30 to 45 seconds, not too much. So when I do lat pull down, I feel it already like a while. I just try when I'm at the end, you know, when I'm holding it over here, to try to hold it and to squeeze it, you know, like to squeeze my back, force it a bit in and squeeze it like this is what I feel like is working. And when I go up, I try to extend like all over my arm. So in this case, we're gonna force my stretch more my lats and everything. So we're gonna basically like take the blood out and put the blood in constantly to a blood flow as much as possible. Let's go heavier for a 3rd set. Oh yeah. I'm going now for a last set. I don't know, let me see how many I have as the weight wise. So according to this machine, as the plates are like those number, so I'm now on like 70 front plate, back, oh, I don't know, it's so confusing. I don't know, I think it's like 70 kilos, which is not a lot, you know. Usually I tend to go even much heavier. I tend to go like 100, depends how I feel, but I really feel like the angle, it works quite well. The only problem is like when I do it this way, you don't really have a support usually for quads. So by not really having a support for quads, it kind of like it pulls you over. But in a good way, if you don't have a support for quads, you put more engagement into the core. So your core is like more engaged because you try to stay still and work with the exercise. You know, you hold your own balance. By having the quads pad, basically it takes off from the balance. And let's go for a last set. That was a good one. Feel already quite warmed. This is what we want. This is one of my favorite exercises, what you can do for back, you know, like as a first, you know, I think after rack pulls, you know, where I really feel it in the back, and lat pull downs, you know, like a major compound one, I found it like bent over row on a Smith machine. I feel it like it's so controlled and it works so back so well, and you don't really need to go super heavy. So this is what I mean. Oh yeah, to be honest, I feel it already. So one set on what is that, like 40 kilos plus the machine itself, and I already feel it. Honestly, I already like feel it. And if you do after this one, or one more isolated one, like for example, like pulls, like row pulls, like double arm row on the machine, you basically, you kill your back. You put so much, you know, like intensity into it that will genuinely like grow. Let's go for a second set. Oof. Tell you, this is like by far the best exercise if you're looking to add more like density into your back, to make it, you know, like thicker. This is the one, you know, like this is the one what you generally need if you want to grow them wings. And you're gonna see at the end, we're gonna take when the top we're gonna came off, you see what I'm talking about. Okay, so now we're having probably close to 100. Okay. Whew. It's a good one. I'll change a bit the angle. To see me better. Just gonna add a bit more. Not too much, because as soon you add it too much on this, you will you lose your form. So yeah, if you add too much on this, you'll end up being too straight. So by being the more straight you are, so you want to see it like the more lower you are gonna attack, you know, like the lats and the back, you know, the lateral, the lats as well, and you're gonna have the lumbar. The more straight up you are, you're gonna attack your traps. So I don't want to do that. I don't want my traps to take everything. Especially my traps are already quite over, you know what, I was about to say like they are overgrown, but it's bullshit, they are not over, there's nothing too overgrown. But they are a bit more developed than the rest of the body. So till I'm gonna catch up with everything, I try to don't focus anything on the lats. Okay ladies, let's go for the last set. That was good. Now we are back, as I said, to the one and only double arm pull. Oh, I don't like this one. Something doesn't click right over here. Maybe like that. Okay, that's it. Squeeze at the end. Oh, yeah. I like when I feel the stretch as well, so I just force the stretch. Okay, let's add a bit more weight. That's definitely can go. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. I tell you what, after you do that bent over row and you go in this one, it literally just adds more. It's, the pump is just something else, honestly. Shit. I'm broken off things now. Too strong. Let's change it down. Already another set, as I don't want you to make you bored with the same ones. Okay. I don't like this one. Sometimes it's coming like that, but it is alright. Whew. Now we're gonna do rear delts, pretty much on the same machine. I'm gonna adjust the camera and I'm gonna see you soon. Of rear delts. Oh yeah. Rest in a few seconds. There we go again. Oh yeah. Whew. I'm gonna stay on the same weight. I feel like if I go heavier, I'm gonna lose a bit my form, so I don't wanna force it too much into that one. Because it's a bit weird, it doesn't really give you enough leverage to pull it, so it's just from here, so I don't kind of have enough momentum to create it, so I feel like I'm cheating if I'm gonna go heavier. Whew, that was good. Good posing. Leg pump. You know what is very awkward? The mirror what I'm looking for is a plastic mirror, and my shoulder is one is here and one is up here, which is super odd, you know, like. But well, we can see over here. Lovely. And on the back, You know what I'm saying. Cut is definitely visible. Starting having more striation, the abs are starting getting more and more visible. It's still a bit, but trust me, what we're gonna came in the next weeks, it will gonna be insane, trust me. See you next time.